explaining how you get to a certain research idea, I think, is a very, very hard thing to do. Ideas are not, well, sometimes I guess they may be born all of a sudden, but typically they kind of, fester in the background, and then at some point something comes up. I've been working in the area of sentencing and penal decision making, and kind of at the crossroads between law and criminology and penology since I began working in research. And those are the topics that are closest to my heart. I think at some point, decision making became a big sort of part of this equation in which I try to operate. And combining decision making with sentencing was sort of a natural next step, I think. What was the premise of the project is trying to combine what we know about human decision making, coming from, yes, psychology, but also behavioral economics, where a lot of decisions have been explored in different ways. But they have typically been explored as it goes to the little people. So when a person decides on whether they're going to commit a crime or not. Whereas I think what we're doing in a different way in this project is thinking of the people in power. So the decision makers who are in a place of authority, judges typically, or other stakeholders in the sentencing process, and seeing how they are impacted by this very common, very human decision-making dynamics. And the premise is, I guess, thinking of judges as humans, with all of the human flaws and benefits that come with it, which is something that we often sometimes consciously ignore. So we want to pretend that judges are superhumans and they're able to shed all of the rest that doesn't really matter and only focus on what they're supposed to focus, which is what they try to do. But it's really not very much complacent with how human brains work and how they're able to perform in different settings. So I think uncovering this sort of human element of judicial decision making is what I'm interested in.